everyone, I'm here with the card decks for the month of May 2018. As you know, if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, I pull a tarot card and an oracle card for each day of the week, Monday to Friday, and post it on Instagram and on Facebook. I also use these decks for the weekly tarot scopes that I do on this channel. And also, if you book a reading with me on Etsy, you will probably end up with these decks being read for. Unless I feel called to otherwise, I usually use the decks of the month when I'm doing readings. So the deck that I'm using, tarot deck for the month of May, is the Druidcraft Tarot. This is a deck that was on my radar for a while, and I know a lot of people really, really love it. But I decided to go and get it a few months ago, and I decided it was going to be a deck I was going to work with in spring. I know a lot of people really love this deck. Artwork is by Will Worthington, which is an amazing artist, and the book is written by Philip and Stephanie Cargam, who are druids that are pretty well known in sort of like the pagan community. So I am looking forward to working with that. So the deck itself, this is what the backing looks like. It's a pretty big, chunky deck. A lot of people have trimmed this deck because it does have, you know, a sizable kind of border, and it does look beautiful trimmed. I'm not brave enough to trim decks. I'm so worried I'm going to ruin it, so I just don't. But I'm really looking forward to working with this because the art is just so beautiful, and I find that this deck it's really making me think about spring. It's starting to be more spring-like here. It's starting to get a little less brown. You know, the green's going to come out, and I'm really looking forward to that. And this kind of makes me, it's a very Beltane-y kind of deck, it seems to me. So I'm looking forward to working with that. It comes with a really nice book as well. It's a big chunky book. It's a nice big proper-sized sort of book. It has, it's all in this kind of sepia tone. You've got like your thumbnail, they've got the meaning and the reverse meaning, so this should be a pretty interesting book to work with. They have some spreads that are a little non-traditional at the back. There's like there's a pentacle spread, you can see that there. There is a Awen spread, like the three worlds from the Celtic mythology kind of spread, so a little bit different. So I'm really looking forward to working with this deck. Very excited about that. And then I'm pairing it for an oracle deck with the Wisdom of Avalon cards by Colette Baron-Reid. This was my daily draw deck for years. This is the first edition. So in the later editions, there's a bunch of these sort of signposts, but they all have different backgrounds. In the first edition, they all have this. It's just a sign. Okay, you've got the animals, but as you can see, this one, which says fear, looks like this one, which says movement. But in the newer decks, you've got completely different backgrounds. So it's kind of, you know, a little bit different. I kind of like the ones better that have the different backgrounds, but whatever. This will be fine. So I do like that this kind of has that Avalonian sort of energy that I think is really going to match with the Druidcraft. It's got like a very Celtic kind of vibe to it. Got the Lady of the Lake here, very Arthurian, the Novice, the Horse. So I think these will pair really well together. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But this is a deck that was a favorite for years. It's kind of been in a bit of a retirement right now in that I haven't used it in a while, but it's like one of those decks I love, so I would never get rid of. But I think it would pair really well with that one, so we'll see how that goes. And then I always pair, when I do readings, my my decks with a Lenormand deck. And of course I have to pair it with the Celtic Lenormand as well. Also by Will Worthington, the artwork as well, so I think it will match just perfectly. This is one of my favorite Lenormand decks. I really love that it has like 2 snakes in it and 2 different trees, and I use them all. I don't pick one or the other. I use them all. And it's just, again, gorgeous artwork. Snakes. And see, I use the snake for transformation and the other snake for deception. Choices. Got a fox. I like this. Got a cat and a dog. Love that. So really, you know, looking forward to that. Putting those together this month. All right. And then, often when I do readings, I'll pull like an angel card as well. And I am using the, Archangel Oracle cards, Doreen Virtue, back before she went crazy. And this, I think, is probably her best overall angel deck. I mean, I really love the Goddess deck and the Ascended Masters deck, but as far as angel decks go, I think this one's the best. So again, I enjoy the artwork. And I like that she's got, you know, a variety of archangels there. It's not just the main 4. So just like a little positive uplift to your reading. I think it goes nicely. It's got a medieval vibe to it. I like that. So yeah, so those are the decks I'm going to be using this month. I'm trying to keep it with kind of like a Celtic-y, sort of Beltane-y vibe. I mean, I know the angels don't quite match, but they're kind of medievally. So, you know, it's not the same era, but almost. So I'm looking forward to that. Let me know what you are using for the month of May or for spring, which decks you're using. Do you have any of these decks? Do you like them? Do you enjoy working with them? What are your thoughts on the Druidcraft Tarot? Do you love Will Worthington's artwork? I know a lot of people do. Anyway, have a wonderful week. Have a wonderful month of May. Thank you for watching. Peace, love, rock and roll as always, and take care.